Jayaha, we are talking about galactic activation, the activation of galactic portals. This is the topic right now. I don't know why it's so burning. Lots of people in my field right now are talking about this. The fact that we as a human race right now, we're reaching out into space and receiving codes, receiving activations and so on. So galactic portals or energy portals, planetary chakras. You know that certain places around this planet have a certain vibration or a certain frequency that is going to be activating you in a certain way, where there is a concentration of consciousness that somehow wakes you up, or aligns you, or tunes you into a certain frequency. The first time that I was exposed to something like that, really powerful, was in Sedona years back. So yeah, Sedona, there is something magical happening there. And I don't know how that portal was created, but when you are over there in that field, you feel like something magical is taking place in your consciousness, and that basically it's opening gateways of energy. So around the world, other places that have been activating me massively, Tibet and the Himalayas, New Zealand, all of New Zealand, I had an incredible time over there over periods of years that I spent over there, the beaches, the ocean, and there is certain purity of in the land or in the skies that feels really, really powerful. So what is the difference between a galactic portal and something that is just a high energy place that vibrates on a planetary level? Well, it's more like a feeling, like something magical is happening. So you have natural portals, and then you have places that are activated through temples, man-made rituals, or temporary, structures or settings. For instance, right now, for those of you who are going to Burning Man, if you haven't been there, well, know that the place feels like a massive activation of a portal where suddenly people meet in the desert and something completely unusual happens over there. And beyond the lights and the bling bling and all the beauty that you see externally, there is a deep transformation that takes place in your heart, in your mind, an awakening and an activation of qualities that would not necessarily happen otherwise. And so, my temple here, octagonal house, mantras, sacred geometry, activation practices. So obviously when people come into that space, they receive a certain quality or a certain awakening that would not happen if we were just somewhere in nature. It's a set of codes, it's sacred geometry. There is something there that is being downloaded and activated. So yeah, it's important to understand that sometimes you have spots, places, activities, actions that can really uplift you and bring your frequency and your energy up, or simply tune it into some consciousness that wants to access you right now. Businesses can become portals. Your own, chakras can become activated portals as well. So what I want to tell you about that is that you can consciously become an activator or a designer of these energy portals, stargates, galactic portals, call it whatever you want. Sometimes the forces or the powers or the energies that you are invoking are going to be more tuned into the past, past traditions. You might engage into rituals that are simply activating something that is already existing on this planet. If you practice something within the context of most religions today, it is a tradition that is already established in the field of human consciousness. So you are duplicating experiences or reproducing or activating something that is already activated in human consciousness. Right now, when we talk about energy portals or galactic portals or stargates or new temples of awakening, new temples for humankind, what I feel is happening is that we are really anchoring ourselves into the future. There are new technologies, new ways of thinking, new codes for political structures, new ways of relating, new models for family life, for children, for raising, for education, for food, for how to treat our bodies, for structures in society and so on. So these codes or these energies which are being downloaded or that you can access, they are really anchored in the future rather than into the past. And so if in your field you feel the calling to activate more of that, watch some more of my videos. I'm not going to give you techniques over there. Those teachings or these ideas might come from me. They might come from within you. You might feel things that are waking up inside of you, feelings, sensations, visions, all that stuff that is waking up in your field, and you might tune into that, or you might go online or have other teachers or attend some ritual or attend some events somewhere around the world. And you will be waking up. So the attention or the point that I want to make in this video is that yes, you have energy centers that you can activate, you have portals that you can create, your chakras, physical existing natural portals, or portals that are created or activated through human activity. So very often, if there is a natural resonance somewhere, like for instance with the example of Sedona or the example of what's happening over here in the place where I am in Bali, in Ubud, then you feel like there is already a natural frequency that people come into that space and start activating through practices, through rituals, through waking up this consciousness, and then eventually bringing that to the surface and using that natural background existing, either planetary chakra or energy center or crossing of ley lines, crossing energetic crossings, to eventually start anchoring temple structures, consciousness, and more portals within that field of what was naturally already activated. So we as human race have been doing that before, okay? All the Mayans, the Aztecs, if you go to Machu Picchu or you visit ancient ruins in Egypt, the pyramids or ancient temples, there is very often going to be a vibration that is already activated, because rituals have been performed in those places and have been, activating these frequencies. Sometimes you might be in some sacred Celtic location, or even in the existing temples, cathedrals and mosques and synagogues around the world. There is a vibration sometimes that is activated and very powerful that you can access. So simply keep an eye on that. I know that right now I'm not giving you a very precise, set of tactics or strategy or something to do. It's simply to bring the awareness to you that yes, I feel that right now portals are being activated, and if you sit down and meditate or anchor or practice or breathe or do something special within the context of those portals, you might have an experience that is uplifted and that is enhanced because you are in an energy center. If you have any questions, or if you are on this journey of galactic activation, galactic exploration, I would love to hear from you. Get in touch. I love you.